Hello everyone. Today we're going to talk a bit about the online software we're using, Kihapp, but I'm not going to go into much detail how Kihapp is operating and how to set it up and everything. I'm going to focus more what you need to run Kihapp. So yeah, this is more for the martial arts and karate. Is when we did in the past, you did tournaments, it was 90% manual. You had to do your draw sheets manually, write it up with your hand, put it in, and planning everything manually because you run 4 to 5 or 6 floors for the day, and there was hardly any software. Sometimes you got some digital software where you can run just for scoring, especially for the fighting, the committee side, and it was like when you use screen for the audience and for the referee to see, it was the wrong side. Like the red was on your screen, maybe on your left side, but on your laptop screen on the left side, but on the screen that shows to the audience and the ref, it's on the right hand side. And you had to make a note there to tell the parent or the person who's operating, remember it's opposite for both sides. So it was complicated and challenging, and we came accidentally off this online management because I said to my wife, listen, we need to find something that makes our life much easier. Because when you do manualing, halfway through planning that week, someone will phone you and say, listen, can you enter? I need to enter. I forgot to enter this student. You have to redo the whole draw sheets again. Or someone will draw, whole draw sheets. The morning people didn't turn up, especially when it's 4 in a category, then it becomes a round robin, whole draw sheet. So it was a lot of admin. And especially when you're on a large tournament with a lot of entries and competitors, it is challenging. And as I said, we came accidentally attending a tournament. I came across this wonderful program, Kihapp, and everything was online. You do everything online. Upload your register tournament, your draw sheets, everything is online. So, and that means it made your life easier. It can do amazing stuff, and I will do a video later on that, what can I'll do and set up. But the biggest thing that came across now is, okay, now we got, you're not manual anymore, now you need laptops for every floor because you don't have the manual draw sheets, and screens, and everyone knows it's expensive, and now you have to go buy, especially now with these days, when Windows 10 is now coming to an end. Okay, you can still operate with it. It's not gonna, you're still gonna be able to log in and sort of things. But the security updates and everything will stop by the end of October. They said the 14th, but you could extend it, and we're probably going for a year, so then it will become, then you can't use it anymore. But that was a challenge. Now, that tells me, oh, we need to buy new laptops. But the interesting thing was, and I had a couple of old laptops. It was so old I couldn't even use it anymore. I was spending money buying new but upgraded laptops. You know, you can use Windows 10, and it cost money. And with these other laptops, they was just lying around, and I said, yeah, well, what can we do with these laptops? It's so old. And what was lucky is one of my parents at the karate school says, no, but why don't you use Linux? I said, what the hell is Linux? Now Linux, as you're getting into this live streaming and all this technical stuff, you start learning a few things that you never knew that was existing. So Linux is another operating system. It is actually, you get the Windows operating system we're all familiar with, but Linux, and apparently Linux is very popular under developers, big corporates. And it was interesting when they told me, like your cell phone, like the Samsungs, we got the Androids, is all built on the Linux operating system. So it's but what's nice about Linux is it is an open base system. Sorry for that, but open means people can develop it outside and create and support it, and it's open. It's open source. Sorry, that's a word. Open source for that. It is not something like Windows control it totally. it is open for you to develop it further. And what interesting was for me was, if you could remember Mark Shuttleworth, he actually developed, I think it's, if I pronounce it right, Ubuntu. That is a Linux operating system, which he sold, apparently. And yeah, they're still using it today. Even in Linux, you get an operating system that is being developed, and it looks almost like Windows, if you want to use the Windows look-alike and stuff like that. So, and they said, listen, we can let these old laptops get live again. And I said, can we? Let's see. So yeah, and we tested it out. Yeah, I got a laptop. It is a Fuji Siemens, and it actually used to run with Windows Vista. If you could remember Windows Vista, it was in the early 2000s, I think. Windows Vista, you can't even get it anymore. This is how old this laptop is. Windows Vista. And I had a few. We had a couple of the sheets that was sponsored to us also. I actually got this for free from my neighbor. He said, hey, I'm not using it, it's lying in the cupboard. You can have it. No one's going to use it. We're going to throw it away. So I was sitting and saying, well, it actually had Windows, I think Windows Vista, yeah. Windows didn't have anything else on it. It was that. And then I got this one that is actually had Windows 7 on. Yeah, just before Windows 10, Windows 7, and it was it. And I had a couple of them. And I had about 10 laptops, you know. I bought secondhand from Facebook Marketplace, and I was trying to make it, you know, it's money you put out there in you want to run it professionally. And the reason why I was looking for my own laptops was because parents will always help you. Someone, they bring their laptop, you said, but halfway or third quarter through the tournament, they need to go home, they want to go, they got this. And you can see they want to take their laptop, they don't want to leave it there. If you run, especially when you run a bit late. So, and I thought, no, I like to be independent. I don't like to go ask and beg for things, and that is why I bought these laptops. And I thought maybe bought secondhand, but obviously I had to do a bit of upgrade. Some of them had two RAM in. I upgraded to 4 RAM. Here and there, a hard drive didn't work. I put a cheap 250 gigabyte SSD hard drive in, just to make it a bit stable in it. And because I'm not from the IT side, and then I gave it to one of my parents who knows how Linux works, and he installed Linux on this. And now we got these laptops actually working. And Linux it's there, how can I say, they are a bit not as heavy as Windows on the operating system, like on your hard drive, your CPU and your RAM and stuff. It's very, the term they use, very light. The laptop doesn't have to work so hard to let it run. And for old laptops, it's great. Even new laptops, people are using it. When you download software or a program from internet, even OBS, you will see, they will say OBS, they will say it is, you can download for Windows, you can download for Apple, and you can download for Linux or Linux, how they pronounce it, Linux, Linux. So this is what they said we must do. And like I said, I gave it to my parent, and he took it home, a couple of these laptops, he cleaned it, and he uploaded Linux for me. So there it is, it's Linux. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you, I'm going to set it up now, the Linux, and I'm going to explain you how it works. Now for you to run, you can go ask your parents or anyone you know. If they got old laptops lying around there, they don't use anymore, they're willing to donate you, you want to buy for maybe $100 or 200 Rand, ask him to give it to you. And you need to get someone that knows a bit of IT. If you don't, we can always ask our parents just to guide them, and you can clean it up and you can upload Linux for much cheaper, and you can use it then, because you're not going to use it for any other program. You're just actually going to use it to get onto the internet and to the web browser and to log into Kihapp and to stream. You can use it for other functions also. There is other, I actually found out There are even replicas almost like Microsoft 365. You can get Word, Excel, and everything. It works on Linux. yeah, you can set up a whole flipping laptop, and it's very old, but it will operate. So now that is all you have to get. Is if you got old laptops, don't throw it away. If parents give it to you, you can use it. And I'm speaking mostly for martial arts. It's good enough to run it on the table for the Kihapp system, and that's all you wanted, and you can pack it away and everything. So only thing you need is then only your laptop, even an old monitor, and a mouse and a mouse pad. That's it. And then one floor has been set up. So I'm going to quickly set it up for you. I'm going to show you, and we will then start up one of these laptops, and I will show you how it looks like when you start up in a Linux. And we use one of the software, Ubuntu. It's very light. They say so. There's not a lot you can. It's limited, but it's more than enough for us. You can even use Google on it. You can Google Firefox. Doesn't matter. And we use it then for on our tables at tournaments for the operators to use, and that on Kihapp. So let's get to it. Let me set it up and I will show you. Okay, we have set it up quickly. This is one of the laptops. It's got Windows 7 on. It's the laptop. There's the screen and everything. So what we're going to do now is we're going to start it up and show you how it looks like when it starts up. The battery was a bit flat for a while because I didn't use it. It was this. We didn't use it for a while, for about 2 weeks. So as you can see there, it is starting up. It shows Ubuntu. That is their logo, Linux logo. I'll put the dongle in for the mouse. And it is charging. It shows you everything. As you can see, it's a very different setup. Looks a bit different than Windows. You will see here, it will say connected to our wireless, the battery strength, and sometimes you will see 3 unattended notifications. You can click on that. It will just show you what they've done. You can just say clear it all, and sometimes there will be a pop-up by Linux, or here it will say, just when you click it says new software, new updates, and then you follow the instructions to update it. So there it is. If you can see, if you right click, you remember we got in ours, we got personalized and everything on Windows. They only got desktop properties, similar. We can change the background, you can put a slideshow in, advanced settings. If you play around with it a bit, you will start learning how it works. The most important thing, we have downloaded Google Chrome, so it can work with Google Chrome. So what is it? If you go down to the taskbar here and you click on it, you will see preferences. Then you go to LXQT settings, and then when you go to preferences, LXQT setting, you will see there is monitor settings. Here the monitor settings will come up. Unfortunately, I had to change the monitor quickly. The reason for that is I totally forgot this laptop's VGA plug-in here does not work, but luckily it had a HDMI, so I can plug in the HDMI rather. Unfortunately, the VGA doesn't work. That's it. Now I've put in the HDMI cable. As you can see, it gives a extension. Now for you to if it doesn't give you your extension, you go down to this logo of Linux, Ubuntu, you click on it, you go to preferences, LXQT settings, and you will see monitor settings. Once you open up monitor settings, you can then see your 2 screens, and you can set the position how you want it and all of that. So it's easy as that. You play around with Linux, they call it, and then you can. Nice thing about it is now we it is connected to our wireless, like I said before, and we can open the Google. Sometimes with Linux it says ask for a password. You can add a password. We just made a password here to make it easy. For some reason it asks it, and you can just say unlock, and it open it up. So I have played around with it before, so you can click on, we're going to open up Kihapp. Let's log into Kihapp. It's got my and there I am. So I'm just going to choose quickly a tournament. Okay, we got a training one here, so I'm going to open up that quickly. So once you open up your schedule, or your tournament, you go to schedule, and on the floor you can choose. You will see semi area 1, floor 1, whatever you call it. Operating scoreboard, that is the scoreboard your operator is going to work on. So you're going to click on that and it will open up in a new tab. Okay, then audience scoreboard, you will right click your mouse and open in new window. And what you will do is you will drag just minimize it sometimes if it doesn't want to move. You will drag it over to your other screen. So what's going to happen is you're going to see this side. It's going to be a bit different than the scoreboard because it's all finished, and the audience will see their scoreboard. So that is how you set it up and operating it. So I will do a more detailed one on how to set up the Kihapp and everything, a video, but that is all you need to know for now to operate your laptop that runs on Linux. So I'm just going to close it down. So once you close everything, you closed, and you will shut down. You will just click there. You will see it says leave. It said leave. You can choose leave, log out, reboot, shut down, or suspend. We're going to shut down. And you say yes, and it will log off. And there it is, quick and easy. Use old laptops, old screens. If you can get donated by parents or you bought it for cheap, you got some old laptops lying around there, it's quickly to get it back to life again. If you get someone that understands Linux, you ask him if they work with Linux, and they can upload that. Ubuntu is the light one. I just use the words, they explain it to me. Ubuntu is the light operating system because we're only using the laptops to go on the internet and to Kihapp. So I hope it was a bit of educational about Linux. There is always a solution. If you really want to do something, you don't have to go and buy new laptops now and go crazy and spend thousands of rand to setting up. We have set up a couple of them now. I have sent through 4 of them with their screens to Gauteng. So we are busy now setting up these 4 now for KwaZulu-Natal. So soon those provinces will have their operating, can run 4 floors at once. And they will have, all of them will have their internet bonding, LTE bonding system. And we are busy now setting up their equipment to do the live streaming. So yeah, it is exciting what we're planning for 2026. That we're already going to be about 4 or 5 provinces here in South Africa that we will be able to live stream all our leagues in each province, our provincial championships, and also the national championship. That's huge. It is in the Eastern Cape where we run 8 floors. And all our equipment will be up and ready, and it come a long way. But in any case, I hope you enjoyed. Thanks a lot for watching, and we talk soon again. Thanks. Bye.